Now, unfortunately, America is a world leader in jails and prisoners, as you can see by this chart. And also, you can saw by that chart that Japan is the lowest in the world with prisoners. And why is that? Well, because they believe in capital punishment instead of waiting 14 years like you do in America. You're punished within 5 to 7 years. Yes, you have the whole repeal like you do in America, but you're punished. And it's not only just things like the electric chair or things like lethal injection, things where people now, we believe in America that they shouldn't feel pain when they're on death row and they get sentenced to death. But back, like that chart I showed you earlier, back in the 1920s, there was a way lower prison population, because back then they would just take you and they would shoot you and they would string you up, and that's what they do in Japan. And I think America has gotten away from that, and based on these non-biblical and biblical arguments that we looked at, it can be clearly seen that capital punishment is moral. The Bible teaches it's moral. The moral code that's inside of every human being that God's put in us, as Roman teaches that killing is wrong, and you know it. And when you do it and you break the law, you must pay the price. John and Paul Feinberg, who were brothers, wrote a book called Ethics for a Brave New World. And in it, they say, we conclude that the best evidence supports capital punishment is not only permissible, but mandatory in cases of premeditated murder. Not only is capital punishment permissible and we should do it, but it's mandatory. Not only because the law and the justice system says it is, but God says, even in, like I said, in Genesis 9:6, it's a mandate that if you kill a man, that your life should be taken, because we were created in the image of God, and He takes that very serious, and humans are very precious to Him, and when you take the life of one of His created beings, you must be punished. So these are some of the reasons why I believe capital punishment should be legal in America, and we can go into much further debate on these things and topics, and I know there's probably a few of you guys here at North Greenville don't agree with it, and I've tried to show the best evidence that I could in a short amount of time, from the non-biblical but also biblical standpoint, to show that biblically, yes, as Christians, we should line up and agree with capital punishment, because every man was created in the image of God, and that's a very serious thing. But I hope that you guys learned something from this. I hope I didn't make anybody mad, and I hope that maybe I swayed you guys who were kind of on the fence about capital punishment, and now see that it is biblical, that it is moral, and that it's not only permissible, but it is mandatory. Thank you.